He is the top brass for the Mounties, and he's promising to put a shine back on the RCMP's tarnished image. RCMP Commissioner Bob Paulson is also doing something that is unprecedented for Canada's top cop, writing an open letter to you, warning you may soon hear more headline-making stories about disgraceful conduct within the force, and revealing that he doesn't always have the power to fire the officers he says don't deserve to wear the red serge. It's our top story this hour, and David Mackay is on it in our bureau in Ottawa. Number one, unprecedented, this open letter from Bob Paulson last night, David. What does he want Canadians to know?
Well, he wants Canadians to know that there's a reason that he's in the top job, and that's to basically to clean house, to reestablish the image of a force that has been badly tarnished. We all know that several months ago, the CBC News has been telling stories about allegations of sexual harassment brought to the force by former and current female officers. That continues to make news. Then a few days ago, it was revealed that a sergeant in Alberta was transferred to BC after admitting that during a 3-year span, he was having sex with subordinates, he was drinking with them, and he was sexually harassing them. And this was seen to be so outrageous that even BC Premier Christy Clark came out and said that it's unacceptable. So really, these kinds of events have really forced Bob Paulson's hand. So he writes a letter that tries to skirt the balance between saying, look, it's just a few bad apples and we have to get our house in order, but let's batten down the hatches, so to speak. So in a bit of the letter, he writes, it is unsatisfactory that we have to continue spending your tax dollars to pay individuals that don't deserve to be in the RCMP. Pretty heady stuff.
So when he's publicly taking to task bad apples and singling out people who don't deserve to be in the RCMP, you can imagine the effect that could have on the force and on the rank and file, David. And Bob Paulson has followed up that open letter with a memo to those inside.
Absolutely. And in the memo, again, he's frank. He tries to really strike a balance between saying, look, we cannot tolerate outrageous behavior, but on the other hand, we can't let the outrageous behavior of a few spoil it for everyone. So he writes in part, sadly, there is a lot to choose from if you want to criticize us. There's also a lot to celebrate if you are so inclined. So heads up, shoulders back. Let's weather this storm of criticism. Let's continue to do our duty. So what'll be really interesting is how the RCMP goes forward. He readily admits that, when it comes to transferring individuals, when it comes to internal discipline, to a degree his hands are tied. He just can't simply go in and say, all of this has to be undone. There is a certain protocol that he has to follow. But on the other hand, he has to set an example, and he has to encourage the trust of Canadians in the RCMP that really, a spotlight was shone on the RCMP several years ago with the tasering death of Polish immigrant Robert Jakanski at the Vancouver International Airport.